Hey, this is Dr. Lassen at Evergreen Dental in West Jordan, Utah. I got something cool today I want to show you and tell you about. Give you a little history. This is a mammoth tooth still stuck in a hunk of its jawbone that my uncle gave to me. He ordered a pile of gravel dropped off at his farm up in Idaho, and he found this in the pile of gravel. Let me show it to you. The lower left mandible of a juvenile Columbian mammoth that lived probably somewhere in the Snake River Valley about 10 to 15,000 years ago. The mammoth was probably washed down by one of the Lake Bonneville floods when Lake Bonneville here in Utah flooded and drained into the Snake River and buried whatever was in its path in gravel and stuff like that. So this was probably a 10 to 15-year-old mammoth. It's probably tooth number 3. So the thing about mammoths that I learned as I talked to paleontologists about this tooth is that mammoths get about 5 or 6 sets of teeth. So adults only get 2, right? We get our baby teeth and we get our adult teeth. Mammoths and elephants go through about 5 or 6. And you can see inside here, a little dimple where another tooth was forming is long gone. In here is the inferior alveolar canal. That's where nerves and blood vessels ran along the length of the jawbone. Humans have the same thing. Here's one of the openings where the nerve came out, gave some sensory feeling to the gums and skin. Here's another one. Humans only have one out here on the outside, but as I've seen full mammoths' jawbones, they've got 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 on each side. So this whole thing's really cool. The paleontologists tell me that this little bridge thing out here on front's really unusual. Something else that's really unusual is the fact that this survived just being unceremoniously scooped out of a gravel pit and dumped by a truck onto a pile of dirt somewhere, and that this much of it stayed intact. So here we got layers of enamel and dentin. And so what happens with elephant teeth and probably mammoth teeth is as they wear these teeth down, they basically just grind them into nothing, and as the teeth grind down, the teeth grow up to meet the tooth above it. And as they keep growing down and grinding out, eventually it wears down to nothing and it just falls out like a baby tooth does. And another one is forming and grows right into its place. So when elephants run out of teeth, they can't eat anymore and they die. They have about 5 or 6 teeth. They live to be about 50 or 60 years apparently, and as far as our best guess for mammoths. And when they run out of teeth, they run out of food, they can't eat, they die. And it's kind of cool how that all works. So this is probably tooth number 3 for this mammoth. Lesson to take home from this as far as your own teeth: take care of them, because when you run out of teeth you can't eat as well, you don't eat as healthy, and you'll probably die. In fact, they're doing a lot of studies lately showing that the older people get, or the healthier they are into old age, the more likely they are to have their natural teeth. Now, whether one causes the other, they can't tell for sure yet. But there is something that correlates with being healthy and having natural teeth. So keep your natural teeth, you'll live better, you'll live happier, you'll live longer. Take care.